Hello and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be heading down to Exmoor to meet up with some of these guys, and we're going to go to the Honda off-road school run by Dave Thorpe, and we're going to be having a bit of a splash on some of their Enduro bikes. It is going to be so much fun. Never ridden an Enduro bike before, so it's going to be one hell of an experience. So let's get this show on the road. So I just met up with the guys from Magellan, had some breakfast. Yes, I've done my part this morning.
Ah, nice. So yeah, if you just want to find yourself a nice safe level spot down there,
yeah,
and then make our way up. We've got the kettle on and a little bit of paperwork to do, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Lovely, thank you. A little rundown on how the day's going to go. There's three of us today, as you can see, looking after you. Nick, who you've probably dealt with on the phone. I'm Dave. And Graham is the National Off-Road Sales Manager, amongst other things, for Honda UK. The bikes that we've got today, you're all on the CRF 250 RX, which is Honda's Enduro-based bike, really. A couple of things for you to think about today is obviously those of you that may ride on the road or may not, you've got a lot more suspension travel. So I always recommend put the stand up before you get on it, because they do have a tendency to sit on it, stand down and ping you off the wrong side before we've even started. So stand up, and then when we get on them, if you can try and envisage being in that position, so you're right at the front of the seat, and you see where my feet are? They're either level or in front of the foot pegs. We're weighting the front wheel on the turn. And more importantly, when we're turning, if we have a little slip, the leg is there straight away. The one thing about this bike, well, there's two actually, two things that on our first little ride out that you need to really think about is Honda's off-road front brake is by far the best in any off-road bike, but there is no ABS. These bikes tend to like everything gentle rather than snatchy, so get a feel for that. And when you first pull off, then the other thing you'll find is the throttle is instant. Okay? I always say to guys, the gears 1 down, 4 up, use the clutch to pull away, and thereafter don't use it unless you're going to stop, or if you need to feather it round a gentle corner. But as we go on, if you can use the brake 60-40, just keeps the bike a little bit more stable. So to start these bikes, number one, they prefer to start in neutral. They will start in gear, but it just has a little bit of clutch drag. If we fall down, without exception, even if you are experienced, always kill the engine. Do not pick the bike up with an engine that's live. Okay. We always recommend coming to one side, 2 hands, and walk up to it. So where we are here and now is our base. We always come back here for drinks, teas, coffees, so we're always back here roughly every 45 minutes through the day.
harder than it looks.
That is very different, isn't it?
You sit on the road bike,
Snatch you, aren't they?
wow.
And then
Yeah, straight away.
exactly then, like Graham was saying, rather than riding with elbows down, you want to be just rolling those elbows up a little bit so that our forearms are actually then working with the front suspension rather than sort of like our hands going up and down but elbows staying flat. So it's just rolling that forward. Also, when you are then getting used to it a little bit more and you're going to be up on the balls of your feet trail riding, that sort of going from sitting to standing, you shouldn't then have to adjust your grip. And also that throttle response.
That's so snatchy, isn't it? Well,
Yeah.
comparatively to what you used to, yeah.
Once you pulled away in first, click it up into second. The bike's got the torque there. But it just takes some of that aggression off of that initial opening up of the throttle.
Oh, that hurt. Yeah.
Can I ask why you're standing?
Oh, I thought it'd give me more control.
It's the opposite when you're going this speed. Right now.
Oh yeah, landed on my knee. Oof.
When I was following you then, I was thinking, I'll tell him in a minute, you don't need to stand up. Snatched it there, and then you braked, and then I thought, oh hello, he's
Yeah.
going to go down there, or he's coming off.
Clutch is all the way in.
Yeah, no, it's just because it's a little bit cold. So you see how I had the revs higher?
Yeah, when you knocked into gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just try it that way.
Okay.
Brake on, revs higher.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Handheld misfunction or just a little error or something?
Both.
Ah, right, okay.
What he was doing was he was standing on the really slow pieces. So when we went through the trees and then that little scarp where the vegetation is in on you, he was standing round there, and I always recommend that when you've got low speed you sit.
Okay.
Because you're near the ground. If you look like he lost a bit of throttle, got a bit of whiskey throttle, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then we had a handful of front brake, and then it was either over the edge or down there, and he went down there.
Yeah.
How does everybody feel about doing like the initial ride together? We'll set up a loop and then sort of ride together, and then once we've done that first session we can see then definitely if you want to stay together as a group or whether we divide.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, that sound all right?
Yeah.
Don't go put me in my own group.
right.
Yeah.
Enjoying, yeah.
Yeah, enjoying it. It's bloody hard work.
It is really hard work though, isn't it? Yeah, and like we were saying as well, everyone's straight off the couch, aren't they, really? No one's done anything.
Well, I mean, most of what, okay, I stopped before, I think you went on a bit further up the hill, but I stopped earlier, and all the stuff we were doing, I reckon I could have done on my Tiger.
Yeah, but it's hard work on this, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the throttle.
Yeah.
It's awesome, isn't it? Another slightly different skill in biking.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
amazed at how many there are, like big bikes, small bikes, road stuff, off-road stuff.
I know, I was saying to Brad, I'd like to do one of those eye-to-eye machine control courses, mate. They're wicked. Have you done one?
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah.
They work up to like, I think they do like hard braking and all that sort of thing, but they work up to doing stoppies and drifts and things, don't they? If you go like up to higher courses.
Fucking hell.
What do you see there then?
Trouble.
Trouble. Oh, it's not trouble. Basically, those ruts, it doesn't actually matter really what one you go in. Alright? As long as when you get to this point, you pick your rut and you pick your head up and you look at the end and you just keep the throttle nice and steady. What you don't want to do is on and off, because then you have a sensitive bike. It's just a gentle drive. With this sort of thing, you need a certain amount of speed to go through them comfortably, because as soon as you're in it, you're out. You know, and there's a saying in the off-road world, speed is your friend. But what I would recommend you do till you get your confidence is this. So when you're coming up, you know, if you feel agitated with them, sit right forward, use your feet, just not really touching the ground, but it's left, right, so you're perfectly balanced. What you wouldn't want to do is have one up and one down, because there is no balance.
Yeah.
How not to paddle, eh?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You right there? This way! Okay, so we got a descent here. To do this descent the first time, sometimes it's better to have it no engine, just run it on the brakes like you're on a mountain bike, because then you haven't got to navigate the throttle, the clutch and the brake. All you've got to do is focus on the ground and the brake, but entirely up to you. And remember what I said in the first instance with the brake, what you don't want to do is snatch at it so the forks compress on the way down. Very good that. Tree roots are slippery, aren't they?
Yeah.
Enjoy that bit?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to head back for some lunch now, alright?
All right.
Do you remember the one that we come down the steep hill on the side?
Oh wow, is that?
Yeah. So when we go round this little corner, you can just see a tree hanging over.
Yeah.
So you obviously duck your head there, and then you carry on around, and then there's quite a big tree over. Duck your head under there, and then you go along a little shallow bit, and then down. And then it's quite a narrow path. You'll be fine, but don't look right.
Deal.
Okay?
Definitely don't go right.
Well, don't even look right, because you will go right.
Brilliant.
So when we go here, there's a little puddle behind us which shouldn't be too bad, and then we go round, and then there's quite a big puddle. Key to it is to keep as far to the right as I do. Don't forget and go through the left, because it is potentially deep and it will just absorb you. Alright? It will, so don't forget.
Alright. Great.
Good, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Loving it.
Trying really hard to get you as muddy as I can.
I was a bit close to you coming up that hill, there were rocks flying.
Fantastic.
And then in the far corner, we'll go round that turning circle that you did when you first went out. But we'll go round to the right, and then we'll go straight up. There's a big hill up. Second or third, nice constant throttle. And again, head up, look out and sit down. Up is to get your maximum grip on the back.
Okay.
When you stand, you're quite light on a bike, and then that's when you get that spin and then the fishtail.
Well, they went up that.
They come down it.
Yeah, I can see how he's done it. Yeah.
It's not. No, they didn't do it. They haven't done that. That group wouldn't do that. But that is when I was asking them, have you done the rock drop? That's what I thought they might have done.
How would you do that?
Honestly, you guys, if you could get over the initial looking, because it looks like you're going off the end of the world, it's actually no more difficult than any other slope that we've gone down. It's
Really?
the same principle. It's just a psychological, because it goes like that and then it comes out. So you just literally roll off with the clutch out, and it just, yeah.
With your weight right back.
Yeah, and no brakes. Just let yourself run off. But it's quite tricky to get to it. That's probably the most difficult part of the drop. Go on, Ed.
Feel like a proper motorbike rider going out there, don't you?
That was proper, that. You should, this is part of Coombe Sidman Estate.
Yeah.
You should Google Coombe Sidman,
Yeah, well.
what happened there in the 18th century. It's quite an interesting read.
Oh, cool, yeah.
And the meteorite they talk about in the story, the family have still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to do just a little tricky bit now. So first gear it'll be, so we'll go round, that's fine, and then we go up through the trees. What you need to do is just, it's a nice gentle up, but keep it constant, and the last little left and up, there's a lot of tree roots. So just keep your momentum steady. What you don't want to do is be on a route and give a gas. You've got to have the gas before and then keep it steady. Done. Or did you just catch a root?
I just got the one wheel and one bit of the rut, the other one somewhere else. I don't know.
Crabbing, it's the worst scenario, isn't it? Right, we'll get another drink now. Whoops! Ah.
Such a novelty being able to pick the bike up without it being a huge
Yes,
ass,
it's not a big deal. So that's the only thing that holds me back from going out on my own.
Yeah.
today. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Definitely going to come back. Tell you what, this bike feels so big and heavy, and it's so comfy though, compared to those Honda 250 off-road bikes. And what a pleasure it was having Dave Thorpe himself instructing us and taking us round. So those bikes definitely took some getting used to with the throttle. They're just so snatchy. And what a pleasure it was riding with the Magellan guides again. So they are good fun to be around. Lovely, they are such lovely people.